You'll never make $10,000 a month until you understand this. This is Joey. He got straight A's at school and graduated from university top of his class. He had high hopes for the future and knew he had something special. His reward was a job that pays $5,473 per month, coupled with the constant stress over his student loans, the rising cost of living, and the fear of being replaced by AI. That's a real number based on an actual survey from over 70,000 bachelor's degree graduates. So if Joey were at this hard and still didn't manage to make $10,000 per month, surely it's impossible, right? Not at all. This is Kai. He got kicked out of school for being disruptive, and there was no way he was getting into university. Like Joey, he also had high hopes for the future, but without a path to follow, he started to think independently. His reward was an income of over $15,000 per month, coupled with no debt and the ability to travel the world whenever he wants. Not only this, but instead of fearing AI will replace him, he actually uses it to make more money. As I'm sure you've gathered, Joey represents the path most people are told to follow. However, Kai, he's a real person who earns 3 times more than people who are 10 times more qualified than him. And it's not just Kai. There are lots of examples of people just like him, earning way more than most people even think is possible. So what are these people doing that Joey isn't, and how can it even be fair? Well, while others were so focused on achieving good grades, going to university and getting a job, these guys were paying attention to where the world was actually going, and they all became something called a digital architect. This is the #1 way to make money online. It blows every other method out of the water. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying going to university is a bad thing. It's needed for a lot of jobs in society, and if making money isn't your main ambition, then be my guest. However, if you want to hit $10,000 a month and more importantly, have a life of freedom, adventure and wealth, then in this video, I'm going to show you how you can quickly and easily become a digital architect, just like these guys. Everyone's talking about looks maxing when they should be talking about talent maxing, because honestly, the worst advice anyone can give you is to improve your weaknesses. The school system has told you to do this for years. If you're bad at maths, they make you do extra lessons. If you don't like public speaking, they force you into it. And if you hate us trying to learn one anyway, they treat us all the same and disregard our natural talents. And you can actually see the effect of that. One study found that 98% of 5-year-olds scored at genius level for divergent thinking, which is basically the ability to come up with lots of original ideas. But by adulthood, that drops to just 2%. So it's not that people aren't talented, it's that it all gets trained out of them. Before you say, I don't have any natural talents, check this out. It's called the talent tree. And believe it or not, your talent is on here somewhere. That's because everyone, no matter your level of education, fits into at least one of these 4 main categories. So while I'm going through this with you, make sure to note down where you are on the tree, because once you know that, we'll know exactly what kind of digital architect you can become. The first type is the organizer. These are the people who bring structure to chaos. They're good at planning, systems, and keeping things running smoothly. The second type is the analyst. They're good at breaking things down, spotting patterns, and figuring out what actually works. The third type is the communicator. They're good at explaining things clearly, influencing others, and getting people to buy into something. The fourth type is the creative. They see things differently, connect dots others don't, and come up with new ways of doing things. So those are the 4 types of natural talents. Hopefully, you've got the area you identify most with written down. From now on, if you're serious about making $10,000 per month, then you need to make a promise to yourself that you're only going to work in the area where you have a clear advantage. I'm breaking this down in even more depth in the free virtual event I'm running very soon. Not just what your advantage is, but how you can go from where you are now to hitting $10,000 per month without needing startup capital or experience. So if you're serious about increasing your income, then make sure to sign up for that. I'll leave a link in the description. The fastest way to make $10,000 a month online is to sell a digital service, but you'll never get close to that amount of income unless you follow the 3 golden rules. Make a business more money, save a business time, or save a business money. That's why service maxing is all about finding a service that does one or more of those things and also plays into your natural talents. This is where most people get stuck, as they don't know what to actually do. So to make it easy for you, I've loaded this grid up with the top 5 online services you can offer right now. After I reveal each one, I'll let you know exactly what this service is, why it makes money, and most importantly, who's best suited based on talent type. By the way, all of these have the potential to make you over $10,000 per month, and they're in no particular order. For now, don't worry about how to do the service. They can all be learnt very quickly anyway. The important thing right now is understanding which one best suits you. So let's kick this off with brand identity. This one sounds complicated, but it's really not. It involves designing the look and feel of a business, from the logo and colours to the fonts, images, and overall style that makes it instantly recognisable. I've made my dislike of designer brands very clear over the years. However, they are the perfect example of how valuable good branding is. A lot of people say that designer items cost more because of the quality or the level of service, but that doesn't justify the majority of their huge price tags. That purely comes down to the perception of the brand itself. That's why a brand identity service is so valuable to businesses, as it can allow them to charge much higher prices for the same product or service, which ultimately makes a business more money. This type of online service is perfect for the creative, as it requires some out-of-the-box visual thinking. However, not just that, the organiser will do well here too, because of the timelines, the client feedback, and the deliverables are just as important as the design itself. Next up is AI automation. Now this one is massive right now, and it's only getting bigger. It involves building AI systems that automate repetitive tasks. Stuff like responding to customers, generating reports, scheduling, data entry, the admin tasks that someone in the business is currently doing manually every single day. Just think,